on my way back from an event. I've dropped off my friends who I was with. It wasn't drink driving. It was literally tiredness. I drank, but I was cool.
You were within the limits.
Yeah, 100%. And it was a case of driving, dropped them off. I was driving, and I was about to go back one of my boys and one of my brethrens. I was like 10 minutes away from his, and it was, what do you call it? I forgot the name. It was in East London. I forgot the name of the area, and I was like, cool. I just remember going around the roundabout. Was it Clapton? Clapton.
Right.
And I was like, right. My last memories are literally just coming off round the roundabout along the strip. Just came off the roundabout, going straight. That's the last thing I remember. And that's why I know crash. Instantly woke up, isn't it? Bruv. Man, check. 1, 2, your turn. We go again.
Hello.
Quite posh, very. We moving it. Shout out to everybody who's locked in right now. It's your boy DA Tigers representing the Tigers Show each and every Monday from 10 p.m. to midnight. And I got a special guest inside the building with me. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello everyone, my name is Leanne Crystal. Glad to be here.
Okay, there we go. Always like, welcome to the show. How are you actually doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Cold, hungry,
Oh,
sleepy,
yikes.
but good.
That's nice to know. Thank you for that. All relevant information, innit? We're going to keep it stepping. But yeah, always like, welcome to the show and that. Cause I kind of want to since like, this is like basically at the end of the year. You get me?
Yeah.
In fact, it's basically the end of the year, isn't it? Boxing Day. Damn. Do you feel like the year's just gone by fast? Like,
I am not going to lie to you. I feel like from March onwards, the months started racing. Especially from June, yes. The months were racing. Do you think it took long?
Yeah.
No, Ty.
Strike one. We need to start taking shots for each time this girl uses my government name,
so
you know.
Sorry.
Yeah, me. Well, yeah, as you were saying.
Yeah, I feel like it's raced. And I've actually heard a theory that time has actually been moving faster than usual.
But like a split second.
Yes, because of where exactly the Earth is in the universe, the tilt in which the Earth is tilted at. Something to do with the universe, something to do with planets, something to do with astrology. Time's going faster.
But the thing is though, I'm still doing the same full 8 hours, 9 hours at work. I'm not getting sent home like a second before.
That's unfortunate.
Are you?
No.
Cool. No, but I'll be real though, because when I think back to this whole year, it's just like, damn. Wait, what did you do last New Year's?
Last New Year's, what did we do?
Was it that long ago for you to
I can't remember. I think we just went to a hotel. That's it.
This is my cousin, by the way, guys, isn't it? So today she's going to a hotel for New Year's, but no,
it's our anniversary on New Year's, so.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's when we celebrate
Evil Day.
Anniversary. So basically, it's from when we. I don't know if this is a thing. Do people count their anniversary from when they first start speaking?
No,
because we do. And we started.
I get what you mean. You know.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. We
literally start speaking on New Year. He wished me a happy New Year.
Nah, I don't know if I can let that slide. You know.
We've been inseparable.
I don't even know if I can let that slide. But at the same time, there was one girl that I was chatting to. In fact, my last ex is I thought when we started. No. But she just used a particular date, isn't it?
So what's the official day from? Do you? That's a good question. Do you ask a girl to be your girlfriend? Do you have an official? Will you be my girlfriend?
Yeah.
Conversation. You do.
Cool. When I had Ray, she's the one who that was on my show.
Boy.
She was on my show.
Okay.
That's the only ex that I've actually said on my show. But with her, that was negotiable. Like, I was like, it was like a conversation, innit?
Right.
On the phone as well, and it was like fairly that kind of agreement.
Okay.
But ex number 2 and 3, yeah, I was like,
Oh yeah.
oh, this is mad. Funny question. Right. So Ty, so how do you actually officially ask you?
Yeah, because some people don't have that conversation.
No, it's a fair point.
It's just an assumption. It's just implied. I feel like you should, but a lot of people feel like the older you get, you don't really ask.
I get you still, but I feel like it's just not necessarily traditional. But I feel like it's low key just a standard thing to do in a way, like just do that official question. But even with ex number 2, it was like we was back in college. Like this was college, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why don't you know? I spoke to her like the other week,
Really?
bro.
How was that?
It was. I'll be real. I just ran because she came up with some of my suggestions in it on Snap,
Okay.
and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, her and I we ain't spoken in a good 3 years. Like, fuck it, sort of thing, innit?
Wow.
And then I was just like, right, like, I just popped up, right, hello, how are you? This that, and another. She said, fact that she was like answering about my questions, but it's just like I hate when it's not
Reciprocated energy.
Yeah, obviously,
Right.
like, yes, I know that it's random, but hello, how are you? I'm fine. Right, so like, so what you up to like nowadays? Like, obviously, like with me, I know that it's quite obvious. So it takes. I think even like my talking stages or whatever, like, I don't really receive it because I'm just like, it's like people already got me figured out, isn't it?
Right.
DJ Ty Gibz,
Right.
on top radio, like,
Right.
a lot of it is fairly there. But it would still be nice to, I don't know, not in the bag.
That's quite interesting. So you feel like because you're quite, I'll say quote unquote public with your life, because even how you will snap almost every day. Do you snap every day?
I was in the process of doing that, yeah.
So you're
But I've died down.
you're basically like a vlogger. Like you document your life, you document all your different things.
In a way, but then it's like, I know what certain people think, like, people feel like they know me at the same time.
Right.
Because when I chat to certain people that I've known for a bit, it's like, right, yeah, but how much do you really know me? Oh, yeah, I know that you DJ, I know that you do events, I know that like you're on top radio, the best station inside the whole wide world. And I'll be like, yeah, that's true, indeed. I'm just like, alright, cool, but like, what's my favorite food, sort of thing.
What? How would I know that?
Exactly, get to know me,
Right.
sort of thing. Like, there's more to me than just on top radio and all these other things. That kind of like eliminates like some of the talking stages. Not talking stages, but conversations.
Would you ever not give someone your socials or let them know that you're a radio presenter to see how things would progress?
Nah.
Okay.
If it, like, plus, I'm quite trackable.
You're quite what?
Trackable.
You're quite trackable?
Yeah.
So what? You think that even if you don't give it to them, they'll find you?
Yes, I feel like it's fairly.
Really?
I feel like it's fairly possible.
Interesting. But you don't have your government name.
Huh?
You don't have your government name on there.
That's true, but it's only just shortened.
Yeah.
I don't know if I say Ty, because when I introduce myself, I normally say Ty Gibz anyways.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're definitely trackable.
Exactly. And don't forget, inside today's day and age, like with with social media, bruv, you meet someone, like you could go on socials and you would start trying to find them. It's possible.
Interesting. I don't think I'm findable.
Huh?
I don't think I'm findable.
That's what you're thinking. Wait, hold on. Have you ever like received a random follower or ad and it's like, bro, how did this person find me? Because you can meet someone in, let me say, Nando's, or you go out to an event, have a calm conversation. By the time you get home, request follow or whatever.
No.
Hey, each their own, innit? You get me?
Yes. If you're live on TikTok right now, you have the privilege of knowing my handle. However, I think I'm just not findable on socials. Well, I've deleted my Instagram, so that's not really an option.
Why?
That's a very good question. I go through phases of, so I am an introvert, and
Really?
yes, Tyrone.
Strike 2! By the way, people, before we went on air, I always call you Ty. I never call you by your government name. Strike 2. We're only, 10 minutes into the show? I told you.
Ty. Sorry, Ty. I call him Ty all the time.
You've done it twice.
I called him Ty before he even called himself Ty.
Okay.
I used to shorten everyone's name. So anyway.
Okay. It's about to be a very long show, this is.
I'm very apologetic. Anyways, What was I even saying?
You claiming to be an introvert.
Yes. So I am an introvert, and I go through phases of just really wanting to. To be honest, I don't know if this is an introvert thing or just a personality thing. I just really like not being seen or heard or anything. I like to go into my own little bubble and just go into hermit mode. No one knows where I am, what I'm doing. No one can see anything to do with me, and just wonder.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody's.
Honestly.
No, but I feel like everybody has that. Like sometimes, like even when I step into play, I don't want to be known.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known.
That does not sound
like I don't think
that's like
anybody
the
would be.
opposite of you, because
What do you
you're
mean?
on radio. You do like you've done party promotions.
Yeah, but I don't mean
You're
that everywhere I
outside.
go, I want to like. I don't think even celebrities, because we're making this sound like I'm some celeb, big man thing.
You're a very
I'm
social
really-
person.
Yeah, but then I'm in social settings, isn't it?
Are you an
Yeah.
extrovert? Have you done a test before? You don't really need to because
Nah.
you're an extrovert.
Whoa! How do we not here, bro? No, don't even know. I've never thought about tests or.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think our whole family is very extroverted.
Yeah, because we've always been loud, anyways.
Yeah.
We've been a loud family.
Apart from me and my sister.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Look.
No.
Just because I'm loud with family doesn't mean that I'm always loud. And even family, I don't think I'm always loud. Like, has anyone played the game Mafia? You know what?
I feel like everybody, in regards to being loud, I feel like everybody naturally just has their moments.
Yes,
Because
exactly.
even quiet people, like, they have their moments in it. And even people that are like, what do you call it, extroverts, sorry?
Yes.
They have their quiet moments. And it's like, right, like, you're quite
Yeah.
quiet today. And it's like, well, yeah, just
But
take it
it's
easy, you get me?
Rare. I mean, so my understanding of what an introvert and extrovert is an introvert. They can have, like you're saying, an extrovert can have introverted moments. And an introvert can also sometimes have extroverted moments and can be loud, talkative, fun, around people. But after that, they need time by themselves to recharge.
I feel like everybody needs time back to themselves.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes your social battery can really deplete very quickly.
Oh, gets like that.
So you can be even with people and already you're like, oh, I just want to go home and be by myself.
Like, even with me, yeah, like, I could be out, I could have a whole booking, I could be vibes, don't like me being drinking. Looks like I need drinks to have a vibe and have fun outside, but cool. But then, like, obviously, believe it or not, I'm actually like a morning person, innit?
Yeah, you seem like a
Like, I
person.
like wake up in the morning, alright, cool,
Yeah.
ready to get the day. In regards to night, yes, I do work the nightlife and I'm being up late now. But it's like a case of like, if I start getting tired, that's when I'll be right. I do start getting cranky, or maybe not cranky, snappy, or
Yeah.
it's like I'm ready to go home.
You don't want to talk to Ty when he's snappy. He's so annoying.
I feel like you struggled to say tired just then, you know? It's not
I made a specific
like-
effort.
tired. It's cool.
I made an effort. But Ty snappy. Oh, man.
No, but I'm talking
You
about
don't
in
wanna be on
regards
his
to being
wrong
tiredness, innit? Like, when you're tired, it's just like, oh my day. You know the
No, I
ones, yeah,
hear
when you
you.
go out with people, yeah, and it's like, alright, cool, after the rave or something, you may have went, like, yeah, after the rave, and it's like, alright, cool, you're ready to bounce. And it's like, not everybody's on the same wavelength as you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my days, now you're trying to wait, and it's like, oh my days, now you just like, now you want to go to that McDonald's, like, I've just booked the Uber or something.
No, food is a necessity.
No, that was it.
After raving.
Nah, no, but I'm like, if I'm tired and it's like, I'm ready to go, don't forget, it's not a straight boom, boom. If I catch you chatting to other people or like just prolonging the process, I will get frustrated.
Fair enough.
I like you have like sexual frustration. I get tired frustration.
Okay. Wait, what?
Like you can get frustrated because like I'm just getting tired in and it's just like, oh, bro, I want to sleep, but you are holding me back. I just want to sort of thing.
Okay.
And all that waiting for this one person. Oh man.
I guess it's the timing. If you already know that, okay, we're going to go get food, we're going to go and then we'll call the cab and go home.
Well, if you're
If
all
there's
socializing and
understanding,
chilling, no, man.
Yeah. But otherwise, if you're just waiting for someone else this long.
Oh, I hear that. And it's like, right, but then if I go, I'm the snake. I'm just like, oh my. Especially when you are the designated driver as well, in a way.
Ooh, yeah, no, man.
I've been in designated drive at times. It's like, oh my days.
If I'm going out, like if I'm going to a rave or something, no one will drive. That's not a thing. Like we won't drive.
I don't know, cause I don't know. The car last time I had it just a night about. I don't know, like when you start driving, once you get that car, like it's like you just drive everywhere.
I get you. I do understand that. I think because I still work in the city and I'm used to taking trains.
Oh yeah, I get you still. I get you still.
It's still quite a thing for me to take public transport if I need to. And also right now I don't have a car.
But you know what? I've never been like a cab person. I've never been like a Uber person.
Really?
Even before, even before I was driving, I've always just been like grew up on bus.
Really?
No, I'm not talking about like. I'm talking about like when traveling and like teenagers.
So when did you pass your driver's license? How old are you? I mean, driving test.
19.
Really? That's really good. It's quite young.
Thank you.
So before that, really, you would just be taking bus because...
Yeah, but people my age were all taking cabs and that. But for me, you know, I'm not... The reason why I don't... In regards to cabs, it's the case of... what do you call it? I'm always just thinking about the meter. I'm just like, oh my day. Like, that's literally it. That's mainly it. At least bus, I know that I tap. Yes, cool, at the time was like 150, but you just taking the P's. Cool.
Yeah.
But... cab is just like, oh my day, the longer I'm in this cab, the more I'm going to get charged. Why are you taking this route? Like, I remember, like, even when I was with ex number 2, we jumped on. I remember, like, we got one cab here, and it was like, because in France, like, they fully have, like, they have to meet it like it's a black cab. Like, you could actually see the money go up and that. Yeah. That's anxiety to me.
Right.
But it's just like, I remember. Just like from here to there, and it's like, oh my day, it's gone up by 40, not euros. What's like their pence?
Cents?
I don't know.
Absolutely no idea.
Oh, cool. We might have to research that afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's like, let me do it in pounds. It went up like to 40p in it.
Right.
And it's like, oh, from here to there, I'm like, oh my, and we need to go all the way to, it's about to be a long sort of thing. And it's just like, just watching it always go up. I'm just like, oh my days. But for me, I would always try to negotiate, or like, come on, like, 2020, like, okay, just knock it down to just £20 and we could call it a day. Or one time, I remember switching on there, innit?
Oh, hey, the cab driver. I want X number 2.
Yeah, on X number 2, innit?
Sorry, I apologise.
I didn't even finish my story on her, but cool. It's like, it was on the other side of the road, innit? I said, let it come around here because we're going in that direction. So at least I'm not paying for a U-turn. Yes, I know that I'm sounding cheap, and bro, I don't care. I can live with that, innit? I'm tired, Gibz. It is what it is. I'm like, I'm not paying unless she walks over to the cab and tries to jump in. I'm like, oh my days.
But would that make a difference? How far was that?
Huh?
Would that make a real difference?
That could be a 20p worth. Like, I don't care.
Fair enough.
Like, that's why I just hate cabs, innit? Bus, boom.
Really?
Yeah, I know that.
You sound like you should be hiring a rental car on holidays because cab sounds
potentially
like
so. I'll be real.
Yeah.
That's true, you know. But I wasn't the driver by then.
Right.
But now, got my license. Yeah,
okay.
me. But,
well done.
Thank you. But bus, yeah, man, slap that. Hey, remember the Oyster Card that we used to beep like 20 times?
Oh yeah. It's so funny when I started secondary school. Oh no, I think that was the year that they actually introduced Oyster cards as mandatory. So I think when I was in primary school and my sister was in secondary school, they introduced it slowly, but some people were still paying and some people had Oyster cards. By the time I got to secondary school, that was the first year you had to have an Oyster card. So yeah, random fact.
Showing your age.
I am indeed millennial.
I hate this millennial Gen Z, Kurt. I'm putting into the Gen Z category, and there's a lot of Gen Zs. I'm like, wow, you know, true Gen Zs, you know, like, because this next generation is just like, there was a like a TikTok thread that I saw on Instagram, innit? I'm just like, these are kids, well, not kids, but these Gen Z kids, approaching their whatever, like parents, family members, saying, oh, like, let me say, like, saying to their telling the parents that their favorite celebrity has died, innit?
Oh, I've been seeing that.
I'm thinking, how is this entertainment?
Yeah,
like, why is this funny, bro? But
it's crazy.
Like, we're living inside the world right now, or society right now, where everything is clout chasing.
Yeah, everything can go viral.
Like, I'm just like, oh my, not everything should be content.
But what do you feel like are the big differences between Gen Z and millennials? Because for me, I feel like there are differences, but I think some differences in Gen Z are really good.
No, obviously everything has its pros and cons. Don't get it twisted. Gen Z, they always just go the extra mile to do something crazy. Like they would have the guts to do the things like the millennials and previous
they won't
generation. They will.
They will. Okay.
Like the things that they will do on the camera ain't stuff like. First of all, okay, cool. Like we're too grown. Obviously, anybody's still possible of doing it, whatever. But it's just like they just got the courage to be doing certain things.
I agree.
I'm not sure if it's necessarily the age thing or the generation thing, but I feel like potentially the age thing as well.
But I admire that in Gen Z. I think especially when it comes to like breaking certain quote unquote generational curses or just societal norms. So I'll see in like the workplace, just not only in places I've worked but other places, Gen Z are normally the ones that are very like vocal about what they will and won't do. They're very serious about work-life balance. They're very I don't know. A lot of them are very open-minded, and brave. They're just very brave. And although sometimes it's a good thing, it can also be a negative in the way that you're talking about as well. But it's something I definitely admire.
But then, was you like that? But then, do you think is it like this Gen Z thing or like? Didn't we all have that phase when we were younger, more braver and courageous?
That's
and also,
interesting. True.
What the society that they're growing up in now, where it's like, right, money, take away like this whole cost of living crisis and inflation and everything there. Like money inside today's society, especially for these younger kids, like there's a lot more pressure that they need.
Oh my god.
You get me thing and image. It goes a long way. Because for them it's like. So, but when I was younger, it was a case of, boy, any job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll be real. I remember when I was 16, finished school, and my dad was like, because you know, like when you finish your GCSEs and you have like a, not 6 week, I think like 10-week break.
Yeah, must
or something like that, isn't it? And it was like, yeah, you can't be at home or like just chilling. You gotta do something. And there's a case
no
of
such thing as chilling in an African household.
Literally, chilling, huh? Like, no, I've actually completed school. I like. Deep it, like you've done your GCSEs. I spent 13 years in school, and this is this is the moment I passed it. I was like, yeah, but still, oh my days.
Can't rest.
But yeah, 100, and it's a case of cool. Start applying for all different job roles, like the Lidl's, the Sainsbury's, the Tesco's, the McDonald's. I imagine it was the McDonald's that gave me the first interview.
Really?
100%.
How was that?
I feel like it was a good interview. You know, it was just an awkward, because like you have to line up in it.
Have to line up.
Yeah. No, it was awkward, I'll be real. That was one of the most awkwardest things I've done in my life, people. I'll be real. Because, like, I think, you know, yeah, I forgot like 10, 15 or something in the morning, innit? Cool, like that was my set time. Get there now. I'll never forget Clapham Junction McDonald's. Got there. I saw one of the workers upstairs. Oh, yeah, I'm here for an interview. Oh, yeah, it's downstairs. Go there now. I just see bare people sitting there. I'm like, wow. And it's like, how do I know? Because obviously everybody's dressed up, isn't it? People take those, like, I saw someone inside a shirt and t-shirt. I was like, boy.
What were you wearing?
I was okay. I actually wore a suit.
Yeah.
Like the black trousers.
Yeah, well done.
Shirt and blazer. Imagine that for my... let me not hear
McDonald's.
But it's crazy, but...
Any job, you have to dress the part. And whether the part... the part doesn't necessarily mean what you'll be wearing when you're working there.
No, 100%.
But, you know.
But, yeah. But the reason why it was, like, so awkward is, like, you're sitting there. Like, say, like, if, like, it's all in rows, innit? Which go, it's like snake until you get to the door. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's like, alright, cool. Somebody comes out, you move up. I'll take your seat. Next person takes first. Until you get to the door, isn't it? Wow. And it's just quiet. And obviously, like, it's just bare quiet.
Interesting.
It's just bare quiet, and it's like you're just sitting there.
Oh, everyone's nervous.
I don't think it's necessarily. Well, I was 16 at the time, and just a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna cap, but it's just awkward settings, innit? And it's like, I thought the interview went calm because just another one, like, cool, spoke a little bit, but the store that I was applying for, he was like, it's under refurbishment, innit? So to come back again next week, and I was like, oh, cool. That's why I know. And I'm receiving an email saying, your interview was unsuccessful. I think, what are you talking about? I was thinking, bro, don't even look me in the eye, fam, and tell me that.
That is a shame.
You get me? I forgot why I got into that story, but oh yeah, that was it. We were talking about Gen Z's, innit? But it's a case of like, but for them now, when I'm hearing, oh, but like you don't want to get caught slipping, I'm just like, for me,
in the job.
Yeah, I'm just like, bro, a job is a job. Make your peas, you get me? Absolutely. Like, get your just make your money. Like, do you think a lot of us have liked some of the jobs that we've had? But nah, you do it for the paycheck and you leave. If you're worried about image or being caught by whoever, go to one that's just out of ends, or where you might not be as bait, isn't it? Because obviously you could get caught anywhere.
Absolutely, I just think it's about building character, and a lot of the time, I don't know. I think we're definitely in a generation where none of that stuff's really important anymore. And even the lessons you learn from working in certain places, like you said, you don't necessarily like working there or whatever, but you pick up so many different things. You pick up how to speak, work, and just talk to so many different people that you would never ever come across. So many different age range, so many different backgrounds, and you just learn different things. Like, honestly, and at the time, you don't really realize it's happening until you come out of it and look back and be like, wow, I actually learned so much in that experience.
I get that, but do they get that? Because don't forget, as I'm saying, they're talking about image, and like they're trying to, I want to be able to buy this designer, that designer, be able to go to this place. Because don't forget, like,
it's very fast paced.
Like, the demands for men to be able to be making money and have a car. I'm like, all right, cool. For my age group, all right, cool. It's early 20s. Yes, it's always been a thing, but okay, the bar's raised. But at least I know that, all right, cool. If I can't afford it, it is what it is, babes. It's either you're with me or you're not. I'm not going to chase. You get me? But probably for other guys my age or any age, or at the end of the day, would feel that pressure of, like, oh, try to do that. Obviously, yes, try to do that, Aisha, but within your means. I'm not going to get pressured to be spending money that I don't have.
Absolutely not.
This is the first date. You might, don't forget, this is a free date or a night out for you. This is expenses for me. Like, this is a liability for me. Like, this is a failure and investment. That could go either way. But then this next generation, don't forget, they live off social media, where it's like, I need to take this picture here, otherwise I wasn't even here at all. You get me? Or I need a slap here because I need to show that I was on top of femme, which is understandable. No, I'm trying to shit, but you guys get what I mean. You got to show. Huh? It's the Ty Gibz show.
Oh my goodness.
And you have to say my government name. Government name.
I didn't say your government name.
Not this time, but you said it twice.
Oh, okay, yes, continue.
I don't know, I'll come up with something by the end of the show, isn't it? So, to those that are watching, I don't know, maybe like take a shot for each time she said my name, innit? Accidentally.
I won't. Only 2 shots today.
So far. But yeah, and it's just like, boy, imagine like, because when I remember seeing a video, this was a while ago, yeah, of like 2 college students, and then this girl's getting onto the guy saying, bro, you need to take me out, like, to be with me, like, you need to have a house or something. It was something dumb in it, and I'm just like, these like pressures, because for me, like, my first day, I'm going to like dates back then for McDonald's. Me was like a, McDonald's. No, after that rejection. I'm joking, but we'll be like a Nando's.
Yeah, that's nice.
But then these are probably trying to go
Hassan, Nobu.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause this what sounds like it's popping. But I'm just like, bro, like, nah, man. So I feel it for the Gen Zs.
I mean, I feel it for everyone, because that expectation doesn't even just affect Gen Zs, but it especially does affect Gen Zs negatively because they're so young. Like, I feel like there's a sudden, and it may be the rise of social media, but there's such a sudden rise of everyone needs a lot of money. We all need a lot of money now. You got to do this.
It's
and there's
crazy.
So many expectations.
It's crazy.
And I think, I don't know. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Expectations.
I think.
Damn. A little bit personal. You good?
Give me 2 minutes.
We haven't got 2 minutes. We're live on it.
Okay.
Shout out to everyone who's currently locked in right now. It's your boy, Ty Gibz, representing the Ty Gibz show. we talk about like expectations, Gen Zs.
Yes,
trying to make
okay,
so
that's
much
what I was gonna say. Yeah, I feel like there's such a microcosm. Like the world has become so small because of social media and because of the internet. So a lot of us, you know, or a lot of just young kids, like even Gen Zs, well, especially Gen Zs, are opening up social media and they're looking at people's life they might be mid-30s, they might be wherever they are in their own journey, and comparing themselves to that, and also wanting to be at that same journey and distance as someone who's been in the world for so much longer, who has built themselves up in such a different way to them because they haven't even started their journey yet. And then comes the influencers and the rappers, and you know, those people can also live that same lifestyle, but it makes people who are just normal people want to live that exact same lifestyle.
Do you feel like influencers and rappers really have helped, or have made it worse?
No, I think it's made it worse.
Okay, at least we're on the same page.
I feel like that's nothing. That's not even to slight them because they're going at their own pace. They're at a quicker pace than others. However,
obviously, in regards to rappers and influencers, like you can brag about what you have or show what you got. It is what it is, isn't it? But more time for me, it's you can brag about it, but just don't shame others for it. Not saying like they're shaming like us, the listeners, for it, but it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it is fairly putting people down in a way. It's like, right, you need to get your money up. You need to do this. You need to do that. We catch flights, not feelings. So it's just like, it's built up the social pressures. I feel like generally, yes, in life and society, like we've all been through that early 20s or teen stage where you're trying to impress or you want to be able to do certain things. But I feel like now it's just extremely heightened for this next generation.
No, I agree completely.
Like, and in regards to social media or the internet in general, like, it's very accessible. Like, you can think about it, you could communicate. Where is it here inside of London? You could communicate to anyone across the world. How crazy that is.
No, it's insane.
Free of charge as well.
It's insane.
Like,
you know, listen, I'm telling you, the world has got so much mentally smaller for all of us. Like, we should not be able, well, not that we shouldn't be able to, but it's not natural.
I'm trying to see where you're going with this.
It's not really natural for us to see someone completely, however many miles, hundreds of miles away, you know, even seeing their trauma, because, okay, I can go down a whole other route with this.
No, go ahead.
Even in terms of traumatic things that happen to people in the world, we wouldn't actually have access to see it visually right in front of our eyes, right? And that has such a big impact on us. Seeing that here, regardless of where you are in the world, it's going to have an impact on you. Yeah. So when you're seeing someone with all this wealth and all this everything, you know, sometimes it has a great impact because it motivates and inspires, and other times it's just, you know, it demoralizes and it makes you feel like you have to keep up with something that may be impossible for where you are right now. Having said that, I think social media is also a great thing because we're in a stage now where our minds are being opened. We're being exposed to so many different schools of thoughts. We're being exposed to so many things to do with just uncovering like social veils that have been placed over us that we didn't even realize were impacting us. So many things to do with even just racism and just societal issues, right? That we're now being able to just take charge of and break the impacts that have been kind of put over us for so many decades and so many years. So for me, I feel like social media has been positive and also at times negative, but it can definitely have that impact on kids where it's just too much.
Well, you know, yeah, in regards to like communicating like towards people across the world and being able to deep it, I can communicate to someone who's in New Zealand. Like, I can see what somebody in New Zealand's getting up to. Somebody that's in, I was about to say Antarctica, but I can see what's happening inside Africa. In a way, I can't actually find out what's happening inside in Antarctica.
That's what you think.
Antarctica. But it's a case of it's just too much we're able to see in a way, and also switching up a little bit, celebrities as well. Because deep it, you know, back in the day, you might see like your favorite artist, singer, model, whoever the person was presenter on TV. Yes, you might see them do 1 or 2 interviews, but then now it's like you fairly know them because like they're snapping, like they're sending more videos. Like it's
Feel
too
closer
easy.
to them.
Exactly, and it's just like you look at them quite differently because when you're able to see them on blog, and it's like, oh, like I used to look at you inside this kind of way, but then look at you now, like, and it's not necessarily changes your image on them, but it's just like, you just know we know a lot more than what we used to hear. It's like, let me say, like back in TMZ or MTV days, sort
I
of thing.
agree
You
with
get
you.
me?
My view on someone, for example, like Tyrese, has completely changed.
There we go. Like, look at him trying to, feel closer to people. Raw, sure, raw, like, yes, men cry. And don't even, it's still a meme after all these years. Like, it's like, raw. Like, Tyrese, he was the guy who was making them bangers back in the day. Like, he was that smooth, bold, headed guy.
Yeah.
And then now he's only really remembered for crying, shouting, raw, what more do you want from me?
Breaking down and
like, don't forget, these kids are probably growing up, they don't even know about Tyrese, but then that's the only thing that they do know.
They associate.
Like, there's bare, like, celebrities that, I look up to. Even now, it's like, but then, like, when you see them on blogs, it's like, oh, for flip's sake, man. Like, this is my favorite, but then, like, why are you doing this, man? Like,
it's interesting because it breaks the barrier of the celebrity, quote unquote, whatever that means, whatever celebrity means.
we know too much.
It breaks that
I
barrier.
feel like we just know too much.
Which I think is a good thing because it humanizes them, and we really are all humans, and we can really put people on a pedestal and idolize people that really are just humans. So to see their human side, I think it's a good thing.
No, that's a fair point. I feel like it's naturally just hard being a celebrity because it's hard for you to just be yourself and deep it. I call like everybody always wants to know something about you or what's going on, and always also wanting to know that. Everybody has an opinion on your life, like. And even now with social media, that's even worse, bruv. Like, it's just there. Like, you try to go out somewhere, lets me know, boom. Like, you feel like, well, you probably just linked this one girl or you linked this guy on the sly or whatever. You've worn your hat, you've worn your balaclava, you've worn your hoodie. And you got to do what you got to do to disguise yourself, innit? They can't just walk down on the high street like that.
Okay, fair enough.
And then it's just like, boom, you go back on your phone, you're seeing yourself, shade room, and it's like, oh man, how did they catch me, bruv? Like, where was this camera, man?
Interesting.
Like, where's the privacy sort of thing?
Interesting.
R.I.P. Diana, you get me? But yeah, like, also, what's your thoughts, on this Diddy and Young Miami situation, trip? Sugar daddy, whole scandal.
I feel like I've kind of been under a rock. I don't really know what's going on.
Cool.
I know they were dating, though.
Yeah. Well, obviously, like, he's just announced that he basically just had a new child, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
With a different woman.
Right.
Who's about 28.
Right.
And then it's just like, that's a big raw. What? So young Miami's a side chick sort of thing.
I mean, he was making it quite clear when he came on her podcast that, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I still haven't even watched that,
Right.
Maybe
it's just me, but I think I can read people. I mean, I feel like most people can
exactly, but then we
people.
all can. Like, you feel like, oh, no, I can see this, but then I can watch the same thing and be like, nah, I know Diddy. Like,
yeah, because I feel like watching it didn't give me, these two are super exclusive and really in a relationship. He really loves her. She really loves. It didn't give me those vibes at all. Like I felt like they have an arrangement and it's mutually beneficial, and that's just what it is.
Okay, that's fair enough. Because in my eyes, obviously, like Diddy, he was like always one of my inspirations, isn't it?
Right.
Like, he was a guy who I looked up to. Come on, bro. Like, everybody fairly wanted to be like Diddy. Like, Diddy was the guy.
Right.
Now it's just like, you see certain things, I was like, oh my, he's trending again. Oh, why, man? Oh.
Diddy's a funny character.
Exactly. Now it's like, oh, you ain't that guy, like, sort of thing.
Right.
And it's like, I called the Young Miami thing. It's like, okay, cool. But it was like, what image are they trying to put out into what is it really?
What, them specifically?
Yeah.
What image are they trying to put out?
In regards to like them being a couple or because obviously on the outside it's like, okay, yeah, we get the sugar daddy vibes and whatever. Yes, he treats you right. Yes, you might do whatever for him. It is what it is, sort of thing. But it's just like, I mean, one time I swear she was like, what do you call it? we're gonna get married. I'm just like, well, if you didn't marry Kim or Cassie or all the others, I don't think I don't really have young hope in much hope in the Young Miami thing, like being able to break the cycle.
I just thought that he was trying to get his music career back on track. I mean, he recently released something, and I think, and I believe that. Oh, well, obviously we know City Girls are like
popping.
They are popping, like they are the girls. They are literally. Do you know what I mean? And that is.
They started the whole revolution.
If you can date a City Girl, you are relevant. You are completely relevant. Him dating
That's dads, isn't it?
Him dating her was a smart move. It's a brilliant move.
It's true, but then it's like, think about these things that you have to do to. Okay, you don't have to do it, but like trying to stay relevant.
I mean, you got to in as a celebrity, especially in Hollywood, especially someone like Diddy. That is your job. Your job is to literally stay relevant, to push whatever business venture that you're going for at the moment, whether that's entertainment, music, whether that's your show, whether that's your alcohol brand, whether that's your clothing brand, whatever it is. You have to stay relevant, stay in the blogs, stay in people's eyesight in order to make more money.
Exactly, but then it's like the thing, like some things like that you see some of them do, like these are like the OGs, and it's like I'm not telling you, like I thought it was a raw G, but then it's like quite corny some movements. You get me? Alright, question, yeah. Switching up a little bit. Nick Cannon.
Yes.
He shot out a lot of cannons like recently. You get me?
He has. This is a difficult topic that Anyways, go on.
Like, what are your thoughts on him having 12 kids?
12?
I swear he's only 12.
Okay,
Probably expecting another one, I think.
I think it's difficult because I understand the view that, yes, he has a lot of money to take care of all of his children and everything. He's super rich, yeah, we know that for sure. And both parents were consenting to the fact that he's not with the mother and he's probably going to move on to someone else, have another kid, move on to someone else, have another kid or whatever. And they both agreed, okay, it's fine. They're still going to have a kid. Cool. But when it comes to the child themselves, really we won't know unless we talk directly to a child or until the child gets older and has, you know, unpacks a lot of things that may have or may have not affected them. But I think it's important to just think about how is this going to affect the child? And sometimes it may not be surface level. Like, you may not actually think that him having all of these children, not really spending time with their mother or them that much, you know, coming by once in a while, but having so many other lives that you're not really a priority. I would like to know how that makes a child feel, because that could cause issues of abandonment, even though they're getting a lot of money and even though they're taken care of in that respect. It could still cause mental issues of feeling abandoned.
Yeah, but I feel like everybody keeps focusing on the money thing. He actually does. He's actually there for all of his kids. Like, he actually does what I feel like he actually does what he needs to do. Because, like, alright, cool. There's a lot of guys out there that even has one child that don't even pull up. Like, even if you ain't with the baby mum, like, aren't even doing their daddy duties, aren't pulling up. Nick's got 12 or how many he's got, and he's actually there for all of his kids.
What's your version of being there for kids?
From mother's or father's perspective.
For fathers.
I feel like dads, realistically, it's gonna sound mad, but women are more the nurturers. You get me? And I remember trying to tell one of my brethren or one of my colleagues earlier on this summer, and then he was like, "Oh, I'll be real. Dads aren't even relevant until your teens." I'm like, "What?" Or he was like, "Yeah, until you get much older, innit? Because they're the ones that pattern you, sort of thing." Once you're like a child, like it's your mum that's nurturing you, like helping teach this, that, and another. It's mainly your dad that's more on the sidelines, isn't it? That just provides. So in regards to a dad being around is definitely important. In your younger year, obviously, you have to have a balance.
But what is around?
Huh?
What is around?
Like, yeah, actually being able to spend time with your kids.
So physically in the house with the child.
You don't have to live, but you know how to live there.
Okay.
But it's a case of you do spend quality time with your child. I feel like that's very like, vital.
Right.
Like, as long as it's not toxic.
Okay.
Like, because Nick, alright, cool. Money wise, obviously, yeah, we know that he's got it covered, you get me? And then being able to spend time with your kids. Like, think about how much time do you necessarily really spend there anyways? Like, how much do they really need to be around?
I mean,
do you need let's like think about it. Cool. You wake up in the morning, you might getting your child ready for school. Do both parents really need to be there?
so I think the role of the father is probably being very underplayed. I understand that the mother is the primary caregiver in some respects when it comes to, obviously when the baby's first born, breastfeeding, teaching certain things, giving that nurturing love. However, I think there's an issue with there's like a misunderstanding of what the masculine, the man, the father brings in that family unit, and men also are nurturers. And a lot of the time, what people miss, especially in like our communities, is a nurturing father, because a father actually being present with you, like you said, not necessarily living in the house. Ideally, yes, ideally, but that physical presence of a father and nurturing of a father, even a hug, even just affection, that from a male presence is so powerful, right? Not only for women, but for men. For a woman, you learn the first lesson you learn of how or who to pick or how a man should treat a woman is from your father, right? And if you're rarely seeing him, it becomes very fractured. You don't really know what's what, and you start to feel a level of abandonment, because you feel like, I don't really have like listen, okay, think about when you're a kid, how many shows you watch where you see a nuclear family and you see mother, father, kids, and not even necessarily nuclear. They may be a blended family, they may be separated, but co-parenting and co-parenting healthily. Kids watch that. Even my niece has said before certain things that are like, she craves a father. She needs that fatherly presence. And for men, they need to understand what a nurturing father looks like, what a man who's in touch with his both masculine and feminine energies looks like. So he doesn't become toxic masculine, he doesn't become overly masculine and beats his feelings to a pulp and doesn't understand what it means to show affection to himself, to other men, to women. Like, that is a necessity that's needed from both parents. And I personally just think that time, affection and love is needed from both. It can't just be one, because that becomes
nobody said that it's just one-sided.
Well, you said more so the women, no? More so the
It's just
mothers.
more on the women's side, but I can still show love to your child. You get me? So, alright, cool. I'll use myself for example. I grew up more with my mum. I originally wasn't living with my dad, but then my dad came. But then when my dad wasn't living with us, he was still around. He would spend time, and that was everything. But I was more of a daddy's boy. I was more of my daddy's boy. So when my dad came around, it was like, right, lit. We have fun. This and another. He would help with work, and then he's gone, sort of thing. Obviously, at the time, I wanted more, but it was what it was.
So that's exactly it. You wanted more as a child. So that inherently tells you that innately something deep within you knows you should be spending just as much time with your mum as you are with your dad as you are with your mum. So these kids, that all of these kids Nick Cannon's having, how can he possibly give them that same amount of time that the kid actually needs when he's having like 12 kids from different, if it's from one or two women or however many women that is contained, and they can all see each other, all see him at the same time, that's another thing. But there's so many different women that how can he possibly give them that time that they need?
I feel like it all comes down to balance, isn't it? Even if you're not even necessarily, because at the end of the day, we don't even know where Nick Cannon lives with. He could still be living by himself.
Probably.
I don't think he really has a mansion with cool. they get this room, this family inside this room. No, I don't think it goes like that. Well, especially Mariah's side, innit? But I just feel like, alright, cool, yeah, it is a lot of kids, but he still balances. He still finds a way. He's still
How do you know?
weak. Huh?
How do you know?
Bro, like it's literally like the information's there.
I mean,
Like he has shown it.
I don't think anyone knows.
Huh? Oh, I don't know what he's doing right now. If he's with his kids or not, isn't it? I don't know which one of his kids he's probably with, but what I've been able to see is that Cannon, alright, cool. Yes, he's got the money, but he spends time with his kids. And think about to have how many baby mums? I don't know. I'm just say 6, 8. I don't know.
No, I think it's just like either 10, 9, 10.
No, he ain't got 10. It's like 6.
No, it has to be at least 9. Does anyone know how many children Nick Cannon has?
No, I'm talking about baby mums. Kids, he's got like 12. Baby mums, he's got like 7. I'm gonna go for the median and just say 7, isn't it?
Okay.
But it's like he takes care of all these baby mums.
Okay.
Because think about how many people even having one child and it's like they're already disputing over money or this these things that and another.
The problem is
he's got them all covered.
The problem is that you're comparing him to people who are already subpar.
I'm not comparing them.
No, but when you say so, like there are people who don't even take care of their one kid.
Yeah.
That's below what the standard should be anyway. So comparing what the standard should be, is Nick Cannon above that standard or is he below it?
Or is he at that standard? With all those kids, no, but alright, cool. Question: do you think men should only be with one woman?
What, forever?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the person. Same for women. I think that society has taught us today that men are so frivolous and free and so look. I'll tell you that in ancient Egyptian days, women were also polygamous. And there were pharaoh women who had multiple husbands. So right now we're in the Western world under a patriarchal society where men have been taught socially and been conditioned to believe they are way more frivolous and free than a woman.
What do you mean conditioned? Where's this coming from?
They're way more free and frivolous than women sexually. They're almost undisciplined sexually. And women can only possibly stick to one man, whereas you can go and have 50, 100. And I think a lot of just people's thoughts about what it means to be a man and a woman is based on how we've been conditioned. And what you don't realize is when you're as a child growing up, there are so many different things that you're taking in. You're a sponge.
Yeah.
So you're watching films that have been made in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even just coming across things. You're listening to music, you're watching music videos. In all cultures, you're watching different things. And it seems to be, in everything, men are cheating on women. Now, that subconsciously plants a seed in your head as a man that, yeah, men kind of can cheat. Oh, yeah, no, men are a bit...
I've never...
You probably just never thought about it. Probably just never thought about it.
If I was to go and cheat, that's literally just me being a dog. Like,
well, not necessarily cheat, but have more than one woman. That the thought. But
that's not a society thing of what I've been.
Of a woman. So if we also grew up watching films from however long ago and this and that, from every angle we're seeing women do that same thing to men, women will grow up thinking that's okay. We'll be having a conversation right now saying, do you think a woman can be with just one man? I'm telling you, things you don't realize how things can plant seeds in your mind as a child, and the power of media. Like,
there's a being happening. Men have always just been men.
The powers that be understand media. They understand it very well. They understand psychology. They understand
psychology?
Yes, they understand it, and they'll use it to their advantage to just go along with their own what it means for them to stay in power. They don't understand matriarchy. So of course, under patriarchy, this is the conversation. This is what we're seeing. This is what we think is the norm. Under matriarchy, if you look into that, this is not a conversation.
What's going on here, bruv? What's going on here?
It's something to look up.
As a man, as a young man, I haven't watched TV and be like, raw, some men have been cheating.
Not consciously.
This is a thing. Is it? No. because men, we're
This is
just
not the
naturally.
conversation.
Huh?
This is not the conversation for you, I don't think, but continue.
What do you mean? This ain't the conversation for me.
I don't think you
That's-
understand what I'm saying, but continue.
No, I just feel like men, men have always just been, like, cheating has always been a thing. Like, I feel like even if a lot of, like, men cheat as well, obviously everybody cheats in the hope that they don't get caught, isn't it? But I feel like, you know what, yeah, even the happy families, happy couples, if you give these men that are already taken an opportunity to cheat and nobody finds out, they will take it. Because think about it, we're always alert. If a woman walks past us, like, whether, like, we're most, not saying like it's a must that we turn back, but think about how our eyes watch. Even if we're with our girls or something, we're with our missus, it's just like, more times she is fairly aware that we've looked back or that we've already noticed her. Because we're fairly out here. Why is it known that men are just natural cheaters? Not saying that women can't cheat as well or be with multiple men. But it's just like, alright, cool. Let me switch it up a little bit. As a man, I can impregnate how many women in the space of a year? I could have how many babies in the space of a year? How many, like, but flip it, how many women, I mean, how many babies can a woman have in a year? One.
So I feel like we rationalize so many silly things about biology in order to sustain and promote just this way of thinking. There's going to be so many, you're going to think of things like this. You're going to think, oh, but I can do this, so that means that I should. That means that's why it's
I'm not
there.
encouraging anybody to have as many kids as they. Well, I can't talk about anybody, but isn't it?
Yeah, I just think that I think my view on this is probably different from a lot of people's, and yeah, just my view on
the whole conversation.
My view on the world and how things have been set up in this society, and that it's not new at all. I mean, for like the past however many centuries, especially in the Western world, which has come over to Africa or places that they've colonized as well. I think my view is just a bit different.
Obviously, everybody's got different opinions at the end of the day. I just feel like I'm not condoning what men be doing, isn't it? I don't be condoning cheating. I don't be saying, I just impregnate as many women as you like and whatever. No, I'm just saying, obviously, a lot of like society, like when growing up, has built us to make us think that, alright, cool, we're supposed to have a family unit. Right, if you're not with the person you had a child with, that's bad. Like, you guys should be together, and then have a child. You should be married by 30. You should then get a house.
Wait, sorry, I missed that.
Huh?
I missed the beginning of what you're saying.
Basically, what I'm basically saying is like, alright, cool, society, when growing up watching TV or general society, we're taught that, alright, cool, you're supposed to have that family image. You're supposed to have a child with a woman, or a woman's supposed to have a child with a man, and you got our family. You're supposed to then, get married. You're supposed to have a house. You're supposed to have all these things, but then it's just like a case of, lives ain't necessarily like that.
No,
you
of course not.
Like, what's wrong with two parents just being co-parents?
So what I think is there's an optimum way of living, and even if you look at highly successful people, you'll see what is their lifestyle, what is their structure, even in terms of their immediate family when they have a partner or kids or whatever. What is their structure? And you'll find there is a trend, and that trend tends to be marriage. That trend tends to be a nuclear family and things like that, which doesn't necessarily mean, like, when it comes to time scales and everything, that's not necessarily the part that I would take from that teaching, that level of teaching. But there's a frivolity, I don't know what the word is, that I don't think is conducive to a highly successful person, not only in terms of just monetary success, but in terms of just emotional and mental success. I think, and especially when it comes to a child, the optimum environment for that, and not to say that it's always their parents have to be together, because sometimes they are a toxic couple and those
Facts.
parents should not be together.
Facts.
Right? But seeing a mother and a father figure even in a healthy relationship, I believe is an optimal environment for a child to be raised.
What do you class as a healthy relationship?
I think one where that both the mother and father are in touch with their higher self, their masculine and feminine energies. So the man has his masculine side, masculine energy, but he's also in touch with his feminine energy as well. So he's able to nurture and take care of. And for me, feminine energy isn't just the typical things like that. It's also in terms of how you kind of like think about things and see the world. So they say that men think in lines and women think in curves. I don't know if that's necessarily true all the time. Obviously, there's like a scale.
Do you know?
I think it's in terms of what we call logic.
Okay.
And I guess more creativity and like I think the level of empathy sometimes women can have.
Okay. Yeah.
Is more than typically we would say men would have.
No,
but
a
man that can be in touch with that side of himself, be empathetic or be loving or be emotionally intelligent, I think that is what I actually call an actual man, right? And I think that type of man, along with this is difficult, who is in touch with her feminine but also knows how to think from a logical place, not just completely based on emotions, and just I think a couple that endeavors to just understand each other, because I think a lot of the times understanding is way deeper than anything else, because everyone is so different. But if you are literally committed to understanding your person to the deepest degree, to understand if they're upset, what do you actually, when you're upset, what do you need in that moment? What do you need in this moment? What do you need to make you feel loved? And actually actively just be that person for them, and they do the same thing for you. I think that's healthy. I think also being able to have certain conversations and a level of just open communication. Also, of course, being sensitive towards one another because you care, but being able to have difficult conversations, being able to constructively criticize one another without being mean, without being horrible, without being spiteful.
The parents or?
No, the parents.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, just see things from a bigger perspective and not just an egoic standpoint.
I feel like it's kind of hard to do with like, in regard, I don't know, because like there would always be a clash in regards to men and women, because like the way how we naturally, like the way how men actually think is different towards is different compared towards the way how women think. Like, yes, I do agree that men think very logical. Like the way how we, like the way our mindsets, we're more solution based. Like if there's a problem, we're more, alright, cool, let's try to get to that solution.
Okay.
I feel like women, it's just like there's a problem, and there sometimes seems to be like, it's like there ain't no progress, like there ain't no progression towards it.
I disagree, but
Each their own, isn't it? I know that I'm gonna receive a bit of backlash from that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that I think it's just we all naturally think in certain ways, and a lot of that comes from just our own perspective as just how we've kind of been raised, what we've seen, and yeah, I guess to some degree how we've been taught to think, or even taught to express, because I think women talk more from a younger age, so they're able to like contextualize things a bit more, and kind of in someone who hasn't had that, his view might be going around the bushes, whereas for someone who has, it feels like this is a necessary discussion or a necessary path in order to get to the solution. But I think it's just about learning, being open to learn the other side. So like for people who haven't grown up being very expressive with feelings or expressive with much. Just starting to open the door into understanding what does it even mean to be expressive. What does it mean to actually lean into emotion? What does it actually mean to think just in a different way? I think.
Would you put your kids in therapy?
Maybe. I think therapy can be very, very useful with the right therapist. Absolutely.
Would you do couples therapy?
Yeah, again, with the right therapist, absolutely. I think I'm already quite introspective and quite analytical though. So a lot of the time, I feel like I've kind of like, with enough time, I can break down things to a psychological degree, especially with the internet. Oh no.
Yikes.
Especially with the internet and learning new things, I feel like I can break down a lot of things just as well as a therapist. But that's not to say that I think I am a therapist and I should be in place of a therapist. Absolutely not. I would still definitely be open to go to a therapist that I feel like I'm just well suited to, for sure.
That's dark. Boy, couples therapy, boy, we would really have to be going through that. So.
Do you think you wouldn't You wouldn't just go?
What, on a random Thursday, go to a couple therapists?
Yeah. Because you might...
Yikes.
There might be things that you don't even realise you're doing. Like, you could probably be so much more of a better partner by going to couples therapy or just going to therapy generally and progressing your relationship without it even needing to get to that stage.
But why am I paying to be told that I'm wrong? No, I can't be paying.
Nah, you won't be told you're wrong.
Huh?
It's just, you won't be told you're wrong.
No, I'll be real. I feel like... So that will probably motivate me to go. Second when an argument sparks up, and it's like when you ain't seeing my point, I'm not seeing your point, although I feel like I would be. It's like cool. We need because sometimes you really do need a third party in times in life, isn't it? You do need like a third party where cool, it's not a family member, it's not biased. It's cool. Let's go to some random, I don't know, Lucy knows. Like that we find inside the yellow pages. Sorry, it's a random. That's the yellow pages.
Not the yellow pages. How old are you?
Come on. And it's like, bruv, alright, cool. Let's go to her, get her opinion. But I'll be that type to be like, I just want to hear you say that, Ross, she's wrong. Have you ever been inside an argument where it's just you think, bruv, you're fully right, and it's like, bruv, how are you not seeing how wrong you are?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to Lucy Knowles and let her tell you to your face as to why you're wrong. But then some people don't like being told that they're wrong.
The thing is, therapy shouldn't necessarily tell you you're right and you're wrong. It should tell you where the breakdown in communication is happening right now. Because really, all it is that you're both coming from two completely different angles, and there's a block. You can't get to the same point. Like, you're not understanding, why is the other person saying this? Because I'm saying this. Do you not get what I'm saying? And their job is to remove that block and help you see, what is this other person saying? What do they need from you in this moment? But what do you need from them in this moment? And then things become so much more clear.
I would hear all of that. I would actually sit down with parents. I want to hear all of that. But I would still fairly want to get your opinion on who's right, who's wrong inside this matter. That's no
one else's place to say.
Aye, it's your opinion. She could say that, raw, no, I'll be real, you're moving mad, you're bugging, you're in the wrong. I'd be like, right, you know what, I appreciate I tried that in the game. Whether I agree or I see her perspective or his perspective, I don't know why we're...
His perspective?
The therapist.
Oh, okay.
Allow it, man. Let's not do that.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, because I don't have we always think therapists, women, innit?
That's interesting. Yeah.
We do actually think women.
There's a subconscious thought, that would be a woman. But.
And it's like, alright, cool. I just obviously we can still have that third party, but it's a case of, I would still actually want to know your opinion.
That's interesting. Why is that? Why do you need another person's opinion?
Because as I said, if we're arguing about something and it's you don't get my point, I'm not getting your point, it's a heated thing. Alright, cool, let's go to the therapist and let's see what their opinion is or what they got to say in it.
But do you understand that sometimes when the block is addressed and you understand what it is that's stopping this conversation from progressing, that in itself might help the other person actually understand what you're saying more, because you'll start to understand what you're actually striving to get from them and what you're trying to make them see, and she will understand what you're trying to make her see. Oh, sorry. you would understand what she yeah, you know, the other way around, right? And when that happens, a lot of the time the conclusion can be, do you know what? I actually understand what you're saying, and fair enough, and address that point, and then move on to their point that what I was trying to say is just that this, and this, and you'll be able to say, okay, fair enough. Well, this is my response to that.
What do you think? Like, it might just be that smoothly, because this could be an ongoing problem. And this is sessions that are now being paid for more time out of his pocket just to be told all of this, and it's just like,
no, but then
told, I'm in the wrong.
But they're giving you the tools to be able to understand how to avoid a breakdown in the future, because you'll be able to understand and acknowledge what you need in that situation, what she needs in that situation, in order to avoid a block. So it's mainly the tools that they're teaching you in those therapy sessions. It's not for them to solve every argument you have. It's them to teach you how to approach and manage disagreements you have.
But dear Mrs. Ty Gibz, I mean the next future Mrs. Ty Gibz, innit? If we argue, I'll pay for that first couples therapy session, innit? You get me? Yeah, exactly. Because I'll be real, everybody has their faults, innit? I've accepted my faults. I have my petty and my stubborn side.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a work in progress. It's not something to brag about, but it's like, alright, cool, I know that I got my petty side. So everybody's like, well, we're going back and forth. I'll be like, alright, cool, let's just go for a therapist then. If you want to go for a therapist, let's go for a therapist. Let's go to a therapist. You get me? Because I'll be real, even one-on-one therapy, I don't even mind doing.
Yeah, you should.
I feel like I've hit that point in life. I'm just like, you know what?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even mind looking into that.
I think it's a really good idea.
But that's one of my next future shows, and
and just to say to anyone that's listening, if you're looking for therapy or you want a therapy, there is a African and Asian therapy network website that you could go on, and there's a tab with therapists, and you can scroll through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Black and Asian therapists that you can choose to have sessions with.
You know what? I'll let you plug. What do you know? Like the name of their website, or
I think it's just called the African and Asian Therapy Network. I think it's AATN. So definitely look into that, because a lot of the time we want people that look like us or that can understand our background, upbringing, because things a lot of the time, our childhoods, all of that has context, and it's so complicated, and sometimes you just want someone who understands. So have a look at that website. It has their pictures as well next to their names, so literally go on there, see who your energy just goes with the most, who you feel like you could possibly be comfortable with.
Who looks like they're a good therapist.
Yeah, I mean, not even necessarily a good therapist, just someone that you feel like you can resonate with.
But if we're looking at their pictures and probably like a bit of like their bio, it's like a dating website.
Yeah, somewhat.
Just the therapist version.
Yeah, like the picture definitely helps just understand them more as a person.
You see that good smile, boy.
Yeah. But yeah, if anyone's looking for a therapist, definitely check that out, because
but you know what,
it's useful.
Yeah, because I was chatting to one of my exes today, isn't it? Ex number 3 now.
Jeez Louise, how many exes have you got?
3.
Sheesh, such a young man.
And a half. Huh?
3.5.
Yeah, because like one more, like, we wasn't official, but I'll be
Ty. Continue, anyways.
She said Ty. But yeah, she was saying that she's got a white therapist.
Okay.
And it's just like, right, like, why white?
Mm-hmm.
No one was having a white therapist, by the way.
What did she say to that when
pardon?
you asked why?
Yeah, she was just like, because a black therapist, she feels like, right, like, she might feel like she's getting judged.
Okay.
And it's like, I understood that side as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. It honestly depends on the person. Like, some people do feel like they'll be judged, and whether that's definitely not the case. But it's the mental.
They're still human though. They are still human.
Of course, but
you must hear certain songs and be like, brother, what is going on here, bruv?
But it's their job to be objective, and they've done so many case studies for so many different people. They also understand the complexity and the differences in life, and why we all, including them, need therapy. So it's not a thing like that. But I understand how someone can feel like that and feel like they want to go to someone completely outside of their norm in order to be able to speak freely.
Oh, she was like, alright, cool. Yeah, she said that. And she was like, alright, cool. There are some things that she doesn't say to this therapist because she knows that she wouldn't be able to relate.
Right.
But she's able to open up with a lot of things. She was basically saying with this white therapist. I'm like, oh, you know what, that's cool. But I feel like in regards to having a therapist, I feel like, I don't know, it must be a lot. Obviously, I'm like even when I found out that all therapists have a therapist, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely understandable. I'll be real. Imagine how many different traumatic or different depressing or wild like different stories that you had. It's like you gotta take that in.
Absolutely, you need to know how to handle it mentally and how to let go. Because you can definitely carry things with you.
100%. So I feel like, you know, going to a therapist, talking your shit, like talk what you need to talk. Yes, I do.
Continue. Yes.
Huh?
Going to a therapist.
Yeah. Kind of. But yeah, I said couples therapy though, boy. Even one man therapy. But you know what? One of my next shows at some point I should be getting a mental health doctor on my show. So
really, that would be good.
Yeah, that's in the works.
That'll be really good.
I know. Come on, Gibz show, man. We're elevating. I like to bring like a variety of different guests. You get me?
I love that.
I know.
Cool.
Progression.
So you're gonna go to therapy, or look for a therapist?
For myself. See how it goes.
What do you think personally? Would you go for someone who is a black therapist?
That's a good question, though, because I feel like everybody's thought about it. Me personally, I don't even know. I like talking to I've always grown up with elders in my life, so I would probably want a black woman, older. Probably like, I don't know, somebody that's could understand, because there are those times like when you're talking to someone and it's like you're just flowing, like you are actually just naturally just getting things on your chest, and it's just like realizing, but at the same time I don't want that. Yes, you want to be able to build a relationship with them, but you don't want to necessarily build a relationship with them in a way. Well, I don't think I would want to fully build a whole relationship with them where it's like when they feel like they know, like they do know me, but as if like, cool.
You still want there to be boundaries.
Yeah, I feel like that's a key bit.
Okay.
Boundaries, where it's like, again, you know, coming from a personal perspective, because if I'm inside a situation where Ty cheated, it will never happen, because it never has, and I'm gonna keep it that way.
Well done. Yes.
Come on, black men don't cheat. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, could you ever tell a therapist why I cheated? I don't want to be hearing, oh, why would you cheat? Oh, you're nasty. Whoa, what's going on here? I ain't paying to hear that.
I highly doubt a therapist would say that. That's very unprofessional.
Highly, but I don't want to be hearing personal opinions. It will probably be, oh, why did I cheat? Because there is obviously reasons. Obviously, yes, I feel like potentially it could be times, yes, you might not be happy inside your marriage or your relationship, or you just had a weak moment. Like you went out, you saw a girl, because, wait, as I said, like men, we always have our eyes open. Relationship or not, I feel like, and I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just how you go about it. Because I could be in a relationship, 100% loyal, but is it really the wildest thing if a woman caught my eye?
Do you think that women in a relationship do not have men that catch their eye?
100%.
So what do you think is the difference between men and women in that regard?
I feel like men were just more... I'm not disregarding women, but I feel like when we're just more... I don't know, because we don't do it to impress. I just feel like even the whole debate of are women really... are men really for just one woman? And it's just like... Because why are there so many stories that why are men serial cheaters, should I say?
I think
not saying that women don't cheat.
I think men have been taught to allow themselves to have a lack of discipline.
No, we haven't been taught a damn thing. That's just how we naturally are.
If you say so. I think there has been a social conditioning that has happened.
And the social conditioning.
That's why I say I don't think necessarily the same as most people, but I think there's a lack of discipline that's been normalized for men that hasn't necessarily been normalized for women.
I get this like in regards to for women. Yes, like women have been conditioned in regards to like women are obviously like women are loving and caring, no doubt against that. But you lot are supposed to be are the emotional kinds where it's supposed to be one man. You guys want that family tree. I said family tree, family, home, like you guys.
Nuclear family.
Exactly, sort of thing, and men were allowed to know, I don't think that's the case. Because there are still women that are out here.
Of course, but it's not normalized. It's not taught. It's not.
End of the day, no, we're not stopping you. If you want to be with 10 different men in one night or however long, do your thing. You lot can sleep. You like body counts. What like do you?
But I don't think that's the point here. I think the point is just understanding what's been normalized for men and what's been normalized for women. So a lot of women wouldn't want to do that because we haven't been taught that that's okay, but men have. So it's kind of it's an unfair already losing argument and losing battle because we're coming from two different standpoints, just naturally because of how we've been raised in this society and how we've been conditioned growing up as a boy and growing up as a girl.
Yeah, but when would actually think about something and then actually really do it?
Yeah, anyways, I think I just have a different opinion, as I say.
100%. That's part of the show, isn't it? That's part of the debate.
Anyways, back to the therapist though. I it's very unlikely that a therapist is going to say, why did you cheat?
No, obviously. No. Obviously, but it's the case of like, cool. I say, I'll be raw. I cheated on my missus last night. It was just like, I saw this girl to the bar. She was a sweet one.
Also, sorry, go on, sorry.
I want to hear what you want to say.
Therapy isn't just for problem solving and troubleshooting. Therapy a lot of the time unpacks things that may have happened in childhood that causes you to think and act in a certain way, and ways that may hold you back just as an adult that you may realize or you may not realize. So they'll look into, not all, I don't know what everyone does, but I think it's important to unpack and break down a lot of things, because you might think something is such a shallow surface thing, something that's part of your personality, and the more you dig deep into it and the more you unpack, you realize where the root of it came from and how it's impacting you today in different scenarios, whether that's work, whether that's with friends, whether that's in relationships, whether that's in terms of like even how you might view money or how you might view your ability to reach your goals. Like just so many different aspects in life can be shaped from when you're a child. So therapy, I think, is important in that respect, because just to unpack your limiting beliefs about whatever it is, even if it's just about yourself, I think it's so important to be able to get that outer perspective on something that's so personal to you, because you're seeing everything as first person. So you don't actually understand, like things just happen and they just happen and move on. Somewhat, some things really stay with you, but some things just happen and move on, but it still happens and it's still impacting you. So I think it's just important to have that wider perspective and be able to unpack so you can really just be your best self.
Right, but going back to the cheating and therapy, yes, you can find out why I have commitment issues or why I've gone out and cheated or whatever. What was the looks?
I just think you love this conversation. Come on, continue.
This is the Ty Gibz show, man.
Gosh,
Hey,
man.
come on, each and every Monday, 10 p.m. to midnight. But it's a case of, imagine saying like, I'm a therapist. Alright, cool. Let me just do a quick little role play.
Alright.
Well, I'll be real. I got a confession. I cheated on my missus last night.
It's not a reverence.
She's gonna have like, I don't want to
It's
see it like a low key
confession.
screw.
It's not a confession type of place.
What are we talking about?
You don't go there and say, I have a confession.
I'm getting off my chest, bruv. Hold on. Alright, cool. Do you know like when you've heard like stories about like when women have cheated, yeah, and they're like, say if it happened, it was like a month ago, but then they eventually told the guy because they can't hold it in no more.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Obviously, guys don't hold it in for time, but before that they might tell their boyfriends or misters. Talk about from a woman's perspective. They might go to a therapist and just be able to want to explain why or talk about it first and get to the therapist.
Who, women?
Yeah,
That's an assumption.
that's true. There's a lot of assumptions. Yeah, I'll be real.
Like I say, I feel like this is why therapy is good, because people have a crazy ability to be able to bury and keep secrets and keep grudges, and there may be other things that happen, or they may even create situations that may or may not exist in order to self-sabotage that relationship, because they know they've done something wrong. We never know. There are so many different options and possibilities in the world, and to just assume women are one way and men are one way, all men and all women.
Oh no, facts. Oh, obviously, I'll be dumb to say
wild.
that. Like, no, that's foolish. That's foolish. I can't speak on like. I can't condone other men's behaviors or actions. Another, and I ain't gonna put them down either, isn't it? Like each to their own. They're like, yeah, man.
Cool.
Shout out to the TikTok crew, bro. Like,
shout out to the TikTok crew. If you want to join me on TikTok, my TikTok is crystal.alchemy. That's crystal, CHRYSTAL.alchemy.
Alchemy.
ALKHEMY. Yes.
But this ain't the shout out moment of the show. I haven't given you a chance to shout out.
Just to repeat that again, that's crystal, CHRYSTAL.alchemy. ALKHEMY.
Utter foolishness, bruv. Feel free to follow myself, Tigers, at TY_GIVZ. Come on.
Is that on TikTok?
Yeah, it is. Come on. All of my socials say TY_GIVZ.
Nice.
Nice and simple. Alchemy.
Alchemy. Do you know what alchemy is?
It's the name of a bar in Croydon I know about.
You know about alchemy in Croydon?
Yeah, from I'll be there New Year's, bro. Big up T and J and about last night events.
That's so funny. But do you know what alchemy actually means?
Nah, educate, man.
Alchemy is the... Correct me if I'm wrong. Alchemy is the process of turning something into gold. So that is a literal thing where people would actually be alchemists and turn things into actual gold. But energetically speaking, it's turning situations into the best possible situation for yourself. And just being an alchemy of energy, being an alchemy of situations is a gift.
Noted. Appreciate that education. But as we start rounding up the year, like, what's been your highlight of this year? Good or bad? This is, time has flown since June.
Yeah, it really has. So I'm really trying to...
I don't know. It kind of has, but...
I don't know. I think...
We just need one highlight, like one...
I'm going to go
what's
spiritual.
the standout moment?
I'm going to go spiritual, but just ascending in my spiritual path. Feeling a lot more... I guess understanding of life and understanding my ability to create the life that I love, which is something that I already knew to a certain degree, to a very surface level, but I feel like this year has really taught me how to, and it's taught me to just let go of a lot of expectations, a lot of things that are mentally kind of just holding me back. I think that's probably...
What triggered that? How did you...
I couldn't tell you. I genuinely couldn't tell you. I feel like I've been on a journey for a while and things just come out of the blue sometimes. Like there'll just be thoughts that hit me. There might be certain things that I watch that might inspire. It might be on TikTok. It might be... It literally could be anything, and I can't pinpoint it right now.
So it's been a spiritual year for you?
Yes. What about you?
What about me?
What's been your highlight of the year?
Boy, it's been a bit of a mad year still.
Really?
I've had a car crash, lost my job, and my hair broke this year.
Your hair broke?
Yeah.
Tyrone, we need to go shopping for hair.
Strike 3! You see how that works? 3 strikes and she's out. Just like that. Just like that. So do you still want to find the point of that? Oh yeah, I call you. No. Welcome to the Ty Gibz show.
Sorry,
welcome
just
to the Ty
say,
Gibz show.
Someone has just helped me understand what alchemy is. Thank you 419 ID. Alchemy is a principle of using debased metals and refining to the purest form. And this does not apply to only metals. Thank you. But anyways, continue. Ty?
Forgot I was going. Yeah, highlight. Yeah, my hair breaking.
Yeah, we need to go hair product shopping. There's a lot of.
I was at a good place when I got asked the hair, man. It was.
When did you realize your hair was breaking?
When I done single plaits and I was like, what is this?
Right.
Like, it was literally that because, yeah, this was like around April times, but.
Do you have a hair routine though?
Fairly, yeah.
Okay, what is it?
But I don't have a routine. I just fairly know what I'm gonna do. It's not alright. Cool. This day I'm gonna use this product. This day I'm gonna use this product.
No, in terms of like, do you have a cycle? So do you have like every however long I'll do a wash day, and on that wash day I'll wash, condition my hair, I'll moisturize it, I'll oil
Fairly,
it.
yeah, but I just know that it depends on whatever hairstyle I do. I'll be real.
Okay.
Because like that's how I've always been. I've never had like a wash day. I just know that cool. Around
Okay.
about this time, I'm fairly gonna do it.
Okay, I think what you should do is introduce more moisture to your hair. I don't know anything about your hair yet. I might inspect it. But introduce more moisture to your hair in terms of lotions or in terms of shea butter is very, very good, especially raw shea butter.
100%.
And then oils. I have a couple oils that are really good. I'll actually put you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't use bare products.
In fact, let me put everyone on.
I've never been one to use bare oils on my hair. Never. I
Just
mainly
to put
just use
everyone on.
castor oil, olive oil.
Sorry, go on.
Do you mind?
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, what was I saying? Olive oil, castor oil, coconut oil, shea butter. But I don't like putting bare stuff.
Coconut oil is for your strands. It's not for the stimulation of hair growth. What's really good for stimulating hair growth for me, I found, is peppermint oil. That might be good for you. But the two oils that are really good for growth for me are actually try Miele's rosemary and mint oil. If you know, you know.
Bare free showers, boy.
That went viral on TikTok actually for how good it is for hair growth. I haven't tried it yet, but I really want to. What has really worked for me is a brand called Ms. Wong.
Another free shower.
MSWONG on TikTok. That really grew my hair. And there's another brand on Instagram called Zarina O Cosmetics.
All the free showers though.
Today is a free shout out day. Next episode there'll be no more free shout outs, but
New year, new rules. Strictly no free shout outs. Nah, actually, that sounded better, man.
yeah, I mean, to round off the year we got to give out a couple free shout outs, but those things are really good, so definitely look into it.
Oh yeah, that's still. Well, yeah, I don't know. Highlight for me this year. I don't know. I've crashed this year, innit? You know what? Yeah, I would say my car crashed still. I was there for a highlight.
That was your highlight?
Yeah. It's gonna like, I know it sounds mad, innit? Crashing my car, because it came with other lessons as well, isn't it? That I was ignoring, but I was being like, cut long story short, you know, my work rate's just too crazy. I'll put it that way out. Like, from being on top, producing the show, editing, cool. By then, I was working. I had a different job, and I'd bang out like, let me say like, I don't know, how long's a full day? Let me say like 10 hours, 10 hours, whatever. Cool. Go gym as well. Do that.
Right.
And then I work nightlife. So getting about 2-3 hours sleep sometimes, especially on weekends as well, innit? Became a norm. And I'll never forget, because I always used to start work at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Exactly, on a Sunday. And imagine if I'm finishing and I'm working at 3-4 a.m.
Sheesh.
I'll never forget one time, I was chatting to my bedroom. I swear, I was like to him, bro, I had 3 hours sleep last night. He's been bragging about it. Because sometimes I've had no sleep, half an hour sleep, an hour sleep. And he's like, bro, like, that's not a good thing, you know? I'm like, yeah, but like, it's good in comparison. He's like, no, bro, you need to start sleeping more. My ex used to tell me that I need to, exactly.
Absolutely.
But I'm just like, no, I need to get everything done, this, that, and another. Like, I need to make money too, like, you know, cause, okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, no.
And it was a case of, so the night that I crashed, oh my days. And imagine I was literally about to do an all night again. Cause it was like, I had a full day, came on my way back from an event. I've dropped off my friends who I was with. It wasn't drink driving. It was literally tiredness. I drank, but I was cool.
You were within the limits.
Yeah, 100%. And it was a case of driving, dropped them off. I was driving and I was about to go back one of my boys and one of my brethrens. I was like 10 minutes away from his, and it was, what do you call it? I forgot the name. It was in East London. I forgot the name of the area, and I was like, cool. I just remember going around the roundabout. Was it Clapton? Yeah, Clapton.
Right.
And I was like, right. My last memories are literally just coming off round the roundabout along the strip. Just came off the roundabout, going straight. That's the last thing I remember. And that's why I know crash. Instantly woke up, isn't it? Bruv, imagine, yeah, this is the traffic light. Like, this is like the middle traffic light, not even, like, this is like the island traffic light. My car is more, it caught my left, what do you call it? Headlight.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called. What are those windows called?
No, not windows.
Not the
windows.
windows.
Like your lights.
Oh, the actual headlights, okay.
So it's like, let me put it this way. The front left of my car crashed. These times now, I'm basically on the other side of me sleeping, I've basically gone towards the other side of the road.
Ooh.
And it's not, because if it hit the right hand side, it was like, okay, no, I've literally crashed, woke up and was like, shit, sort of thing. It was like, damn, try reverse out. Like, my car, like, the engine's on and everything, but it's just like, it's nothing. Like,
I didn't even know that happened.
Huh?
I didn't even know that happened.
We didn't know that crash?
No.
Say so. I guess you're hearing it live and the rest of the on top listeners, innit?
Wow.
But yeah, and I was like, crash. I was like, oh my days. I was like, just deep in everything. Obviously, wasn't sure, but I still had alcohol in my car as well, innit? Obviously, I came from a party, but I didn't finish.
Are you incriminating yourself right now?
No, because I didn't finish my drink.
Okay.
Because I knew that I was driving. The fuck?
Right.
I was like, oh damn, that's the drink. I'm just like, well, I know that police are gonna shop at some point anyways. Supposed to take away any forms of alcohol as much as possible. Had to urinate somewhere, like. I know I'm gonna get breathalyzed if they show up.
Hey, but this sounds very incriminating.
Well, no, but I was within the limits. I passed the breathalyzer, but imagine this happened at like 6 a.m. I was supposed to be at work for like 8. I'm all the way in East London.
Jeez.
Exactly. So what I was gonna do was spot my boy quickly, and then go all the way back down to South London, shower, change, and then go back to work. That's what I was literally about. Like, that was literally the plan. And I had a booking that afternoon, so it was a case of when it happened, damn. Like, called for what do you call it? Called the insurance company. Like,
Your insurance must be crazy right now.
No insurance.
You're under 25.
Yeah. Got picked up, but then this was hours there, so I didn't get picked up until like about 9. Police came about like 8, but like, I'll be real, the feds were actually calm.
Okay,
The feds were
good.
calm, was just, right, you good? Just, right, what happened? Explain like the story. I'll be real, but one of the funniest bits, yeah, was, because I'll be real, I was tired in it. So I'm just waiting in the car. I know how they say don't wait inside the car, but this was like February. It's cold. Cool now. I'm just there chilling. Bruv, I see it was cool. One funny part was, because like people come towards you, isn't it? Right, like, you good? Because I'm just sitting, I'm still just in the traffic light, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, people asking if I'm good. But there was one woman who came, and it's just like, oh, can I join you? I was like, not in that way, but it was just like, for her to sit at the back, she was like, right, it's cold, I have nowhere to go.
Oh, really?
She just came out of a police station. I know, but I at that point in life, I just felt so low. I just said, all right, let's just go suffer together. It was like that peak.
Right.
I said, yeah, just jump inside the back. Like, I'm deep in life. I can't believe I'm inside this situation. She's trying to, I don't know, call her whatever, baby dad, or sort everything out. Yeah, I know it's just like, cool. She eventually left at some point after like 20 minutes. What was the point? Yeah, I started sleeping in it. And I'm just like, boy, I was like, wait, I'm tired. Deep how mad that looks. Imagine being a pedestrian, yeah. You're walking past where you can see a car crash. You get closer, you see the driver just like.
Yeah.
So I remember this one time, I mean, knocked on the window. I'm like, oh shit, yeah. Like, you good? Like they thought I was dead in it. I'm like, nah, yeah, I'm good. I was like, that's when they explained it to me. I'll be real, I thought you died. I'm like, oh shit, no.
Wow.
Like, so I'm just tired. My crashed like 2 hours ago. I'm good. I'm just waiting like to get picked up, sort of thing. But then yeah, like about 3 hours later, thingy came and took me back to ends, innit? I just said drop me off to my garage, innit?
So what did that experience teach you?
To rest.
Mm.
I learned to like respect sleep after that.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is that the people around me, as once they found out that I was good, like they all knew that I deserved it. It was like they had sympathy in a way, but they didn't. I'm just like tight. Like it was literally like, right, tight, you deserve it because you're doing too much. It's like
slow everything.
Oh, 100%. So from that, it was an eye opener. Like, right, to rest, eat, drink water.
Just take care of yourself.
100% take care of yourself. Like, don't be so money hungry out. And it's also like, wow, money's gonna come and go anyways.
Yeah,
like,
money's
sort of
nothing
thing.
in comparison to your health.
100%. Like, literally, that's why I learned to rest. So, as much as that was a bad con, because boy, yeah, I was out. Obviously, shout out to my garage and it, like, but yeah, it was a mad time. But as bad as it was needed. Just rest.
Right.
Lesson learned was just to rest.
Okay.
So
going into next year, you're prioritizing rest.
Well, I've been prioritizing that for the rest of the year,
Okay.
but that was just my highlight for this year.
Okay.
Do you have any goals for next year?
Goals? Just keep learning.
Mad, you know.
What?
Is that, like, you're hitting 30 next year.
I am. Thank you, Ty, for revealing my age to everyone.
Oopsie.
But I am 30 next year, and I'm actually kind of excited.
How do you feel about it?
I'm quite excited. Hearing and seeing people enter their 30s, it looks like so much more of a peaceful place than 20s. And I say that mainly because of the pressures. Listen, when you get to the end of your 20s and you look back, you realize how much pressure you put on yourself for so many things in your 20s. And you also realize how young you are in your 20s. Like, it's almost like you're an extended teenager. Like, you're only just...
I get what you mean, you know.
You're only just learning how to be an adult. Like, but in probably all aspects, I would say I've put pressure on myself. Just due to what we see, like, we have to have accomplished by this and this, and you know what it means to be happy, what it means to be even proud of yourself. And now going into my 30s, I'm just prioritizing myself. I'm prioritizing what actually makes me happy. I'm prioritizing just things to help me flourish as a person, a human, as a woman. And yeah, so 30, I feel like is going to be a great, well, I don't want to speak anything into
nothing,
it, but I'm excited.
No, you got to speak positivity into existence. Absolutely. Man. You got to speak that.
That's true. I'm excited to hit 30.
Because like some people like get scared like when they be getting close to their 30s.
You know what? I was more scared earlier in my 20s. Like,
what do you mean?
As time was ticking in my 20s, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be 30 soon. Oh no, but I haven't done this and this. I haven't got this and this. And now I realize that everything is fake, nothing is real, and everything is made up. And all of these time scales and limits for things they're just not real. So
what do you mean by that?
I mean, in terms of you have to be married, have children, be here in your career. You have to have own, in fact, a house in this climate as well.
Yikes.
You know, just so many different things that you have to have completed by 30. And that's not to say those things are bad at all. Those things are beautiful things, amazing things, but the time scale on them makes it so much more pressurized. And just my younger 20 years, it felt like, oh my gosh, I'm almost 30. 30 is when I have to have everything. How can this be? And as I get to 30, I realize that's not the case, and that 30 is just the beginning. And 30 is beautiful for so many people in so many different ways and for so many different reasons. And so I'm starting to look at even just the age of 30, which is so young. Can you think about the scale of life?
Yeah,
Firstly?
I know.
But I'm starting to think of the age of 30 as completely different. So I'm excited. I'm excited to enter that decade of my life.
What you gotta say for the young ladies and I guess young people inside of 20s that probably that are going through that stage of, oh my gosh, I'm turning 30. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Just first of all, calm down, and everything is fake. Like, when I tell you that, honestly, and the thing is, sometimes it's hard to give advice to younger people because you won't take it in until you actually understand what I'm saying. Every journey is so different and personalized and individualized. So when it gets to a point where someone actually realizes, I actually understand what she was saying, it may not be now. It may not be even 2 or 3 years for them. It may be in 8 years. It may be whenever. It might even be now, maybe. But there's just a light bulb that goes off in your head when you realize the truth of what I'm actually saying. So I don't know. I think it's hard to give advice in my personal opinion, but just take it easy and just enjoy every day. Don't, even when people say 20s are the best stage of your life, that is so much pressure to have only fun in these 10 years.
Yeah, I get you still, especially when you're trying to build as well.
Absolutely not. There's so much time for everything. Just take it easy, chill, enjoy life. Enjoy life. Not enjoy your 20s, not enjoy it this year, not enjoy life, period. That's what I would say.
You said the period word, so I can't even ask anyway. Like, cancel up any like follow-up questions, like, yeah, but period. She said period.
Full stop. That's right.
No, I hear that still. Ooh, wait, so do you have any goals for next year? Like any do you do New Year's resolutions?
Not particularly. I normally welcome the new year just with gratitude, and I don't know. That's mainly it, just with gratitude and looking back on the past year. But not necessarily really.
She went for the humble approach.
Yeah, I don't. What do you?
I done it for this year.
Okay, what did you do and did you accomplish them?
I can't remember. I haven't looked back at my list for a while, but a fair share, yeah, not probably as I planned, but it did change as time went on. No, since I haven't achieved this, let me just switch it up. And it's like, nah, because life doesn't go that way. Right. Now that I'm close to the time, let me just try to do it like this or this and another. But next year, elevate the Ty Gibz show, man.
Bigger and better. Ty Gibz show.
End of the year. Like, I don't know, the amount of shows I've done this year, or like even my earlier shows, when I look at the quality of that, like them shows there to these ones now that I'm dropping, brother, mad difference. Like even some old, like watching some back, I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe I produced and released this. It's
interesting.
Like the different investments that I made, it was like, boy, okay, this was definitely needed.
That's amazing.
The different, like the quality of my shows, the different types of guests I'm bringing in, and the ones that I'm already talking to now for like next upcoming weeks, I like the randomness of it. It's the randomness of it.
Okay.
So
nice.
I ain't trying to speak too much, but I'm trying to get different kinds of people. It's just like raw. But it's to switch up the different kind of conversations, have different kind of conversations, get to know different occupations, because I'm trying to get educated as well. Like, you're never too old to learn. Like, knowledge is power, sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And it's interesting hearing different people's occupations and stories. I enjoy it. So this year's definitely been a good year. It didn't go the way how I fully planned in regards to the show, but you know what? I'm still here. Ty Gibz show ain't dying yet, man. Big up on top of radio on the 85.5 as well, man.
Absolutely. I feel like you've had so much growth and elevation in your show alone, and that's literally what journeys are all about. So it's only going to be bigger and better in 2023.
It's only right, man. I've got to shout out to all my guests as well that I've had all this year, all those that I supported, listened to all my shows. Like, without you guys, like, that's motivation. Although I motivate myself, but, at the end of the day, there's nothing nicer. Yeah, like, there's nothing nicer than times when I'm getting tagged. Oh, right, like, this felt like, even, in fact, you've even done it. Like, when people message me saying, oh, yeah, I'm locked in. Or times when they tag like themselves vibes to the show, like that's the shit that I like to see. I was like, alright, cool, because like when I'm in here, I'm in my own world. whether I'm doing a DJ show or I'm doing a podcast show, talk show, it's like, it's the interaction where I'm just like, wow. Or deep, it's like the special family moment, because I can play a song. For me, I'm just playing another song. But for somebody else, it's like, oh no, this is like the special song that reminds me back to this time. Or even when I'm here talking, it's like, wow, my words could have impacted somebody. Or even the guests as well that I bring in, where I was like, wow, the listeners have learned something. So I always show love and gratitude to those that have supported me, those that listen, and those that might not even say anything, and to my haters as well, man. You know, it's typical to always shout at the haters.
Right.
But yeah, man. Hey, question. Do you have any questions for me? I feel like that's something that I'm gonna start doing as well.
Yeah, that's a good addition. I would ask you, what's your favorite thing about being a radio presenter, particularly on Top?
In regards to On Top, I love the fact that I'm unapologetically me. So yeah, let me do that one again. In regards to On Top, I love the fact that I'm just unapologetically me. Like, I can literally, like, in regards to, I got so much freedom when I'm here. I don't have to put on a voice. Like, I don't have to, like, I'm from South London. Like, my grammar and how I talk it's very urban. Like, I do have fairly some bass in my voice, or I have some roughness. But it's like, I do try to articulate my words, like, properly. But even at times when I start, it's just like, I can laugh it off, I can joke it off.
Yeah.
You get me? I don't have to be an image. No, I'm just me. If you rock with me, you rock with me. You don't. When I'm on Top, and that's my DJ shows as well, I guess I literally have so much freedom that I could just do so much things. Last time my talk shows, like, it's me. It's not nobody trying to produce it or force anything on me. The Tiger show is literally the way how I want my shows to be, and I take in criticism and opinions.
I love that.
When given. So in regards to being here, like being in regards to just a general radio presenter and DJ, it's just for, like, you really do just get paid to have fun. Like, I'm an entertainer, so I enjoy. It sounds dumb, but I just enjoy entertaining. I love talking. I feel like I've rambled on for a while, but to answer the question, I enjoy the freeness. I enjoy the fun.
The creative freedom.
Exactly, and I get to be creative here as well.
Amazing. Okay, well, that's all from me.
Cool. But one last question before you go, though. Ready?
Yes.
It's a typical killer question. What would be the movie title of your life biography?
Ooh. Oh.
And to those that are locked in at home, inside the cover of your car, or wherever else you are locked in, let me know your answer as well. What would be the movie title of your life biography?
Maybe The Lotus Flower. So lotuses grow from swamps. not to say that I've come from a swamp.
What's going on here, bro?
But just the beauty that comes from the most unlikely place. Its spiritual representation, I would say, is probably just the view of what I feel like is my journey to enlightenment. Yeah, I don't know the exact title, but something lotus flowerish.
Each their own, but I was never expecting that. Never received an answer like that. But yeah, we move. Obviously, those on the TikTok as well. Let us know your answers as well, which is obviously what's the movie title of your life biography. But you know what, cuz this has been one hell of a show, boy.
It has indeed. Thank you so much for having me, Ty.
It's a pleasure. I like doing random shows. And yes, I'll be real, this is a bit of a last minute show.
This is what?
This has been a bit of a last minute show. I'll be real, I'll keep it real with my listeners, man. This is a Tiger Gibz show where anything goes. Yeah, that's the slogan, that's the line.
Okay.
And yes, I might drop the theme song soon as well. We'll see how that one goes.
Theme song?
Oh, is that?
Okay.
See there. What would you like to let the people know where they can find you?
Yes, you can find me on TikTok at...
That's a TikTok straight away, you know, sorry.
I don't have Instagram anymore. So you can find me on TikTok at crystal.alchemy. That's CHRYSTAL.ALKHEMY. Crystal.alchemy.
So
That is it.
that's crazy. I've never had a guest to say TikTok, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, do you plan on going back on Instagram, or is that just
Potentially. Just not right now. If I do, it will be a completely new account.
why?
Just completely fresh account. I don't know, but I just prefer at the moment TikTok to Instagram. I don't go on Instagram.
Alright, well, clearly if you delete it.
Yeah.
Alright, big up yourself, man. I go by the name of DJ Tiger, representing the Tiger Show each and every Monday from 10 p.m. onwards.
Duh.
Yeah, I know. I remember it does get like that. It doesn't get like that. It's not my latest show, but we move. Yeah, follow on the socials at the TYGIB said. Well, you don't remember that tune?
Of course I do. I just sang it with you.
You're just young.
I literally just sang it.
Pete, feel free to follow on the socials at the Tiger Show. That is the TYGIBZ show, where anything goes. You get me? And follow the On Top of FM Instagram page too at On Top of FM. Nice and simple, isn't it? But
Amazing.
wait,
Where can we follow you on TikTok?
TY_GIBZ.
Okay.
You're really an advocate for this TikTok thing. I'll be real. Somebody's got to show me how to use TikTok, because I look at that thing, I'll be like, oh boy. Yeah, I'll be feeling old. Like when I go on TikTok, I'll be feeling old still. But yeah, man, this is the last show of the year. Anything that you want to, like, any last words? Like, wait.
None from me. Just go into the year with gratitude, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. I definitely appreciate all of you that have just been listening to myself and Ty talk about a whole bunch of different things.
It's been one hell of a show, boy.
It's been a heck of a show. Hit us up, let us know what you thought, let us know if you like us as a duo. We literally have talks like this all the time, just generally, but it's nice to actually be filmed and recorded saying the things that we say. So just let us know what your thoughts are, and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, man, boy, 2022, it's been fun, but I'll be real, 2023, I'm intrigued to see what you got for us still. I'm definitely intrigued. But yeah, man, shout out to these being locked in. I go by the name of DJ Tiger. And yeah, man, hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Be yourself, man, each and every time. That's how you end the year, boy. Gibz show, man.